Good evening, everyone. The price of silver has had an amazing run in 2025. I thought it'd be good to go back and have a look at a historical chart. We're looking at monthly candles here, and we're looking at the record high from 2011. Note that the price of silver today is the same as it was in that peak of May 2011 or April 2011. So if you were to buy the peak back then, there's been no gains in 14 years, but certainly a lot of gains over the last couple of years. And the first thing I would say is that something like that price level there, an all-time record high, and I know silver is threatening to break out from that. And I'll show a bit later in this video how quite often breakouts are not clean. You usually return to the scene of the crime, you test the breakout. I've shown this in many previous videos. But there was definitely an indication, through the 2010s, the yeah, that's the 2010s. Yeah, from 2010 to 2020, there were a lot of buy signals. Firstly, you had this falling wedge pattern. I mean, have a look at this straight out of the textbook, massive falling wedge on monthly candles with positive divergence on the momentum indicator. So as the price was trending down, squeezing in this big wedge that took years to play out, that's about 4 years there, you had positive divergence on the momentum indicators, you had the breakout, and then of course these key previous price levels around the $14-15 level here, clearly a strong buy signal there. The other thing you had on this chart, month again, the longer the time frame, generally the more reliable these patterns are, and I'll show some previous key price levels on the weekly chart in a sec. You can see an inverse head and shoulder. So you've got the neckline there, the left head, sorry, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and then of course you get a breakout. Normally the breakout is about the distance of the pattern. You might need to log chart that, but of course once it got to that target, momentum came in and it's just gone straight to the moon. There's no clear sell signal yet, other than it's hitting a very, very important key previous price level. And if we go to a weekly chart, and I'm just going to clean the chart a little bit here so we can see what was happening through, I'm just showing you through 2020. So we had, let's make it a little bit easier to see, around the $29 level. This was a very important level. So this is what I mean about the breakout. So in July 2020, it hits resistance around the $28 level, just couldn't get through there, couldn't get through. Once it gets through, you get the breakout, and then you quite often see a return to the scene of the crime, a return to test this level. And then it makes a higher high, and then what does it do? It returns to the scene of the crime again, makes a higher high, and then a third time returns to the scene of the crime, and then we know what happened after that. Momentum came in, it had tested 3 times, and off she goes. So what I would say is that silver has performed very well. I didn't think it would go up this fast, this quickly. I would exercise caution at a very important key previous price level, the all-time high. Probably a little bit of a pullback due, but once it consolidates, it's probably going to show some strong buy signals again. We'll continue to monitor, and I hope you've made some money in precious metals. Cheers.